Members of the National Rural Broadband Association hear from the USDA on improved strategies for connecting rural Americans to high-speed internet. Sarah Mock has the details from Washington.
When it comes to internet providers, small rural companies do things differently.
Well, the people I work with, the people I work for, we run into them at church and ball games, at the grocery store. They like the fact that we're small town people, and we're very accessible and hope responsive to their needs. We're trying to get fiber to every farm and home in our service area, and it's about 7,000 square miles, so that presents a challenge in some of these very rural areas.
Companies like Houdek can turn to USDA loans for help getting internet to rural homes at an affordable price. And rural development under the new administration carries on that tradition.
Rural Americans want the very same things that urban Americans want, and under the Telecom Act and that promise of specific, predictable, and sufficient support, they should be able to get it. And we're here at RUS as your partner, as your lender.
And since the success of the administration's tax plan is based on fueling American productivity, USDA officials want to make sure infrastructure like broadband doesn't constrain rural communities.
What I know about infrastructure is it's absolutely mandatory. The connections for transportation, water, electric, and broadband, if you don't have those, you don't have economic development. You cannot get more productivity that we need out of this economy without more infrastructure.
The FCC's Universal Service Fund also helps companies who deliver rural broadband. The commission was recently called before the House Commerce Committee to answer questions on the amount available through that fund.
Last year, the commission made a decision over my dissent, I would add, that I forecast at the time would leave us with a shortfall. And here we are, and the shortfall is here. We should think about getting a notice of proposed rulemaking out by the end of the year, to think about some of these budget issues, to be able to address this issue in a timely way, so that rate of return carriers and, more importantly, rural consumers have the certainty they need in order to participate in the digital age.
Rural telecom companies have a long road ahead. Right now, lawmakers are energized to connect rural America. But whether small, local broadband companies will get the support they need to do that, and soon, is yet to be seen. I'm Sarah Mock in Washington for RFD-TV News.
Thank you, Sarah. The White House's Rural Task Force sent a report to the president with a recommendation on how to improve rural communities just last week.